Welcome back to our channel, dear friends. I have to tell you, my heart is just pounding after watching the latest developments unfold on General Hospital. We have all been watching this show for so long, and sometimes a storyline comes along that just grabs you right by the soul and refuses to let go. Right now, the tension brewing between Lucas Jones, Carly Spencer, and young Jocelyn Jacks is exactly that kind of story. It is a family drama of the highest order, the kind that makes you want to reach right through the television screen and shake some sense into these characters we have come to love like our own neighbors. I am just so invested in this, and I cannot wait to unpack every single emotional layer with you today. When we talk about the Spencer family, we are talking about a legacy that is practically the bedrock of Port Charles. Think about everything that name represents to us longtime viewers. We remember the fierce independence, the wild spirit, and most importantly, the deep, unconditional love that tied them all together through thick and thin. Bobby Spencer, bless her heart, was the glue that held so much of that world intact. She was a woman who made mistakes, but always fought for her family with a pure, honest heart. Now, looking at what is happening today, I cannot help but feel a profound sense of sadness. The very legacy that Bobby built is under siege, and the heartbreaking part is that the threat is coming from inside the house. Carly is tearing at the seams of her own family, and it is just devastating to witness. We all know Carly, and we know she loves her children with a fierceness that is unmatched, like a mama bear protecting her cubs from the harsh wilderness. But there is a fine line between protecting your child and controlling them, and Carly has completely obliterated that line. Lately, she has been obsessively trying to orchestrate Jocelyn's entire future. We have seen her pushing and prodding, trying to maneuver Jocelyn into the CEO seat at Jasper Jacks Enterprises, completely ignoring what her daughter might actually want. Carly thinks she knows what is best, but she is completely blind to the reality of the situation. It is like she is trying to live a second life through her daughter, projecting all her own ambitions and fears onto a young woman who is just trying to find her own footing in this complicated world. Enter Lucas Jones. Oh my goodness, I have never been more proud of Lucas than I am right in this moment. Lucas has always been the more grounded one in the family, the quiet observer who carries his mother Bobby's gentle but unyielding strength. He has been watching from the sidelines, and he has finally realized the sheer magnitude of Carly's manipulation. Lucas can see clearly that Carly is not just offering motherly advice, she is actively scheming to control Jocelyn's destiny. He sees the suffocating grip Carly has on her daughter, and he recognizes the profound damage it is doing to Jocelyn's spirit. It is such a powerful moment when a family member finally takes off the rose-colored glasses and sees the toxic behavior for exactly what it is. Lucas is not just sitting back and letting this happen, and that is what makes me want to stand up and cheer for him. He is standing up and opposing Carly with a fire I did not even know he had in him. He is making it abundantly clear that her constant interference is only making the situation worse for everyone involved. Every time Carly meddles, every time she tries to make a decision on Jocelyn's behalf, she is chipping away at Jocelyn's confidence and autonomy. Lucas knows that a young woman cannot grow into her true self if she is constantly living in the shadow of her mother's overbearing demands. He is fiercely advocating for Jocelyn's right to make her own choices, to make her own mistakes, and to chart her own course in life without being treated like a pawn on Carly's grand chessboard. The sheer emotional weight of Lucas confronting Carly is just breathtaking to watch. You can feel the heavy history between them crackling in the air of every room they enter. Here is Lucas, Bobby's son, standing toe-to-toe with Carly, Bobby's daughter. It is a clash of two entirely different ways of loving someone. Carly's love is a hurricane, forceful and destructive, demanding that everyone bend to her will or be swept away. Lucas's love is a lighthouse, offering guidance and a safe harbor, but allowing the ship to sail its own path. When Lucas tells Carly that she is manipulating Jocelyn, you can see the absolute shock and defiance in Carly's eyes. She simply cannot comprehend that anyone would dare question her motives, let alone her own brother. It is a family feud that cuts right to the bone. But Lucas is not just stopping at words, and this is where the story takes a turn that left me absolutely gasping for breath. Lucas is taking some truly crazy, unprecedented new actions to protect Jocelyn. He is stepping out of his comfort zone and doing things we never would have expected from the usually mild-mannered doctor. He is putting himself directly in the line of fire, creating a massive, unshakable shield around Jocelyn to block Carly's relentless meddling. I cannot even begin to tell you how shocking it is to see Lucas play hardball like this. He is pulling out all the stops, moving mountains to ensure that Jocelyn has the space she needs to breathe. It is a bold, dangerous move, and it is sending shockwaves through the entire family structure. These drastic actions by Lucas are causing an absolute earthquake in Port Charles. The shock level is rising higher and higher with every passing day, and you can feel the tension bleeding into every scene. No one expected Lucas to go to such extremes, and it is pushing the entire situation past the point of no return. We are watching a family dynamic shatter into a million jagged pieces right before our eyes. The stakes have never been higher because Lucas is essentially declaring a holy war on Carly's need for control. He is drawing a line in the sand and daring her to cross it. It is the kind of dramatic, heart-wrenching television that keeps you on the edge of your seat, holding your breath, waiting to see who will blink first. I find myself pacing my living room, just agonizing over what this means for their future. What truly touches my heart in all of this chaos is the beautiful way Lucas is actively encouraging and empowering Jocelyn. He is becoming her safe haven, the one person who looks at her and says, "I believe in you, and I trust you to make your own decisions." For Jocelyn, who has been drowning under the immense weight of her mother's expectations, Lucas's unwavering support is like a lifeline thrown into turbulent waters. He is giving her the courage to find her own voice and stand tall. But, as beautiful and necessary as that bond is, it is also the very thing that is driving the central conflict to dangerous new heights. Every time Lucas uplifts Jocelyn, it feels like a direct, intentional challenge to Carly's authority, and that is making things escalate faster than a runaway train. And oh, how Carly is spiraling. Seeing Lucas and Jocelyn form this united front is driving Carly absolutely out of her mind. She is descending into a state of madness and obsession that is genuinely frightening to watch. Carly has always needed to be the center of her family's universe, the one pulling the strings and calling the shots from behind the curtain. To have Lucas step in and sever those strings is a brutal blow to her very identity. She is becoming increasingly unhinged, consumed by this frantic, desperate need to regain control over a situation that is slipping through her fingers. It is a dark, obsessive energy that is clouding her judgment and causing her to lash out in ways that are deeply destructive. She cannot see that she is becoming the villain in her own daughter's story right now. This new obsession of Carly's is like a toxic poison seeping into the groundwater of the Spencer family. She is no longer acting out of a place of pure motherly love. She is acting out of a terrified desperation to maintain her power and relevance. She is obsessing over every move Jocelyn makes, every conversation Lucas has, convinced that they are plotting against her behind her back. It is a tragic irony, really. In her frantic, clawing attempt to hold on to her daughter, she is the one pushing Jocelyn furthest away. I sit there watching her frantic behavior, and half of me just wants to cry for her, but the other half wants to tell her to stop, to just let go before she ruins everything. But Carly Spencer has never known how to let go, and this obsession is blinding her to the very real, lasting damage she is causing. This brings me to the most heartbreaking part of this entire ordeal. The sacred legacy of the Spencer family is being severely violated by these new obsessions. The Spencers were always known for their fierce loyalty and their ability to overcome any obstacle by sticking together against the world. But Carly's unhinged actions are making a mockery of that proud legacy. She is turning the family home into a bitter battlefield where love is used as a weapon and trust as a casualty of war. The memory of Bobby, who worked so hard and sacrificed so much to keep this family united, feels like it is being tarnished by this ugly power struggle. It is a profound tragedy to watch a proud family name be dragged through the mud of Carly's paranoia and need for absolute dominance. The violation of this legacy is not just a surface-level argument. It is a deep structural crack in the foundation of who these people fundamentally are. Lucas understands this down to his very bones. He knows that if he does not stop Carly now, if he does not stand as a barricade against her obsession, there will be nothing left of the family Bobby loves so dearly. By taking these crazy, unprecedented actions, Lucas is actually trying to save the soul of the Spencer family, even if it means tearing it apart in the short term to rebuild it. He is fighting for the principle of free will, for the right of every Spencer to be their own independent person. But Carly sees it as the ultimate betrayal. The emotional complexity of this war is just staggering. It is a battle for the very heart and soul of Port Charles history, and neither side is willing to back down an inch. I cannot help but think about the heavy emotional toll this is taking on everyone involved. Jocelyn is caught right in the crossfire, forced to watch her mother and her uncle tear each other apart over her future. It must be so incredibly painful for her to realize that her mother's love comes with so many suffocating strings attached. And for Lucas, the stress of stepping out of his peaceful life to wage this exhausting war must be overwhelming. He is carrying the weight of his mother's memory, trying to do what is right, even when it is the hardest thing in the world. As a viewer, you feel every ounce of that exhaustion, every tear, every sleepless night these characters must be enduring. It is storytelling that reaches right into your chest and squeezes your heart.